Karen. Well, in the next few weeks on this program, you're going to be meeting some people who are patients of BMI, the Bariatric Medical Institute, and you're going to be hearing some success stories. And we have one of those here for you today. We've got Mr. Phil joining us today, who is a patient of BMI. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
And of course, you recognize Dr. Yoni Friedhoff,
Hi.
Always with us. Welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Angie.
Okay, so Phil, I've been reading a little bit about your story, and I'm amazed, first of all, and congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
But maybe you can just start by first telling us a little bit about yourself physically and medically before you met the folks at BMI.
I was a mess.
You were a mess, okay.
I had diabetes for 10 years prior to going to BMI. Been taking medications for high blood pressure as well. Mm-hmm. Very sedentary. I mean, television was pretty much my workout. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And a real junk food addict, which was the biggest problem of all. I worked many years in the moving industry on the road. Fast food was how I fueled myself, and didn't really have the education to know any better, to be honest with you.
So, and then your weight at that time was?
I peaked at 267 pounds. When I started at BMI, I was 248 pounds.
So what made you decide to do something about it?
I had tried for about 3 years, actually lost 30 pounds over the course of 3 years, and then in about 6-7 months I was able to put back on 12 pounds and realized I need to find out what I'm doing. I need some education. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so when he came in to see you, doctor, what did you do? How did you change this?
Well, I mean, we do the same thing with every patient to an extent. We create a sort of a customized, individualized plan, but much of our program, all of it really, is about education and applying that education to life. And in Phil's case, I mean, it was clear that, you know, with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, weight loss certainly would be something that would make a dramatic impact. And so we start off the same way. We measure everybody's metabolism to try and determine how many calories a person needs, and then we go about teaching people how to fit that into their lives in a way that's livable. If you don't like your life, if you don't like what you're having, you'll never be able to keep doing it. And so our whole approach is designed based on sustaining weight loss rather than the speed of weight loss. Okay. And fitness, of course, which is somewhere where Phil's also excelled, is something that's really important. Not so much because it burns so many calories, but psychologically it really gives a big push. I think Phil would agree. It's been a huge component of his changes.
Absolutely.
So what are you doing now in terms of workouts? I
have my workouts twice a week. So I do Pilates twice a week, which maybe it's not that popular with a lot of men, but I have really embraced it. I really, really enjoy it. And I walk. I mean, I walk and walk and walk.
That's key, yeah.
And a lot of people think that you have to, you know, do all this running and everything else. Even a slower pace is not so bad, but I tend to try and keep up a pretty good pace while I am walking. But these are things that I really enjoy. I mean, my feeling mentally afterwards is just amazing.
It's not like, oh, I have to work out again.
Well, you know, sometimes you may feel that way before, but not after. Afterwards, it's such a rush. It really is.
So let's talk about numbers then. Since you've joined BMI, how much have you been able to take off and keep off?
I've took off 58 pounds.
Wow.
Approximately 54 pounds of that was fat and 4 pounds of muscle, and then I've been able to add back on about 8 pounds of muscle. Wow. So replace
There's a look right now at the before and after. Here's a shot of you. That is unbelievable. Now we should also mention your medical health, because your diabetes now, what's the status on that? It's
virtually eliminated. I mean, my A1C, which is an average of your blood sugars over a 3-month period, is around 5.5. I'm technically, I guess I'm classified as fasting.
Impaired glucose tolerance. Phil no longer has diabetes. So certainly if he was to revert to old habits, it's possible it would come back. But living the way he's living right now, he has no diabetes, he has no high blood pressure, he has no high cholesterol.
So no more medication?
I've been off my medications for just over a year. It was a year this week. And I was on my medications for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Wow.
I mean, Phil's a perfect example of you know, why I got involved. As a physician, you know, I was talking to Phil on the way down here. If he was my family practice patient, we'd probably be talking about insulin right now. Yeah. You know, but I wasn't able as a family doc to give back what we can now. It's much more fun to stop a drug than to start one from a doctor's perspective.
Absolutely.
And,
as a patient as well.
Yes.
Phil's been an inspiration to all of us and our patients. It's really been a terrific change for him.
Now I hear this has become such a change that you're even looking at getting into some personal training now.
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Yeah.
I've actually just completed my first step on that road, taking the first course. If I can help someone else to accomplish what I've been able to do, that would be the end for me. I mean,
And you're in the best position to do something like that because
Having been through it,
exactly, you would know exactly all of the steps of everything you go through physically, emotionally, and medically, and you'd definitely be a good spokesperson for that.
hopefully it'll turn out good.
Excellent. Well, congratulations
Thank
to
you very
you.
much.
Fantastic success. So we'll continue to do this then. We'll be meeting some more of your patients
Yeah,
as
I'm
well.
going to try bring in some folks with different backgrounds and different stories to show people really anybody can do this. You need to be ready and willing and have open ears. And after that, certainly places like me and BMI, we can help.
Yeah, it's nice to put a face behind the story too. Fantastic. Thank you both for being on the show.
Thanks,
very
Angie.
much.
We see more of that very soon.